My company was in trouble, and so I needed to come up with something quick. Fortunately, I was able to think of, launch, and scale a brand to over $10,000 a day within 7 days of even just having the idea. For those that don't know, my name is Neil Thacker. I am the founder and CEO of EvoScale. This is a CPG marketing accelerator where we do everything from helping you create your landing page, where we do everything from helping you create your product, formulate your product, manufacture your product, create the landing pages, create the ads, run the organic, create the content, and help you go from A to Z with your CPG company. Now, I was in a really tight spot and I needed to come up with something quickly. And so I went to my parents' house, I sat in the basement, and I just thought for hours. And I said, what can I launch to save my company? And really, kind of just like a movie, the idea hit me. It was a brain blast. And we ended up finding a product that scaled really quickly. So in this video, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna talk about how I thought of the idea, what research tools I used, what it was that I did to allow this product to scale so quickly. We're gonna take a look at some of the ad concepts, we're gonna look at some of the landing page concepts, and we're basically gonna look at how I was able to pull off this miracle. So let's take a look and see behind the scenes. But before I show you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. So let's get into it. How did I go from 0 to 10K per day within the span of 1 week of having the idea for my store? So let's actually first start with some evidence that this actually happened. So as you can see on the cell phone right over here, we got the Shopify dashboard. Okay, this is actually the first day where we had a bunch of landers made and we were really just ready to go. We were ready to launch. And I think around midnight 27th, which is right when the day started, was when we went live with everything. So day 2, March 27th, I believe we spent like $200 in ads and we made back 758. Day 3, I think we spent 1,400. Okay, we made back 3,700. And then this is the 4th day, we had spent a little under $4,000 and we had made back 10,328. So netted on that a little bit over $2,000. We did about, no, it was a little more than that. It was actually probably closer to 3,000 that we netted. Really, really cool how we were able to scale that up quickly. So we went from 758 to 3,734 all the way to 10,328. So at this point, we're going crazy saying, hey, this is amazing. This is incredible. This is awesome. Well, how do we actually do it? It really comes down to 4 things. One is, and this is the most important one, is finding the right product and having product market fit. Now, whether you're a brand owner or whether you are a drop shipper, product is going to be the single most important thing. Do you have a starving market? Meaning, do you have a bunch of people that are using the same language, that have the same problems, that have the same desires? And then do you have a solution, aka a product to solve that problem? Okay. Number 2, we're talking about 2024. DTC, ads, and media buying are going to still be the king. Now, that's not to say other methods don't work. Organic marketing, TikTok organic, Instagram organic, influencers, email marketing, affiliate deals, wholesale, all these strategies do work, but in my opinion, I strongly believe that media buying and paid ads in 2024 with DTC eCommerce is still going to be most efficient, effective, and scalable strategy for customer acquisition. Number 3 is AOV maximization. AOV stands for average order value, and figuring out how can you bundle your products, how can you add, maybe buy 2, get 1 free, whatever the case is, which we'll talk about in a second. How do you increase the actual transaction value that a customer has whenever they place an order, right? Because when you can increase your AOV, you're going to increase your profitability, and when you increase your profitability, you could spend more on ads. We'll talk about that. And the last secret is testing your landing pages and optimizing for conversion rate. Let's think about the ad as like a billboard or maybe something you see on social media. And then if you walk into a store in person and that store, let's just say it's a shoe store, has shoes all over the floor and it's a mess and it's messy and the store is ugly, are you going to buy from that store? No. But if it's a beautiful store and the ads were incredible and then you walked in and saw an equally or even better store on the inside and you saw great customer service and all that, are you going to be a lot more inclined to buy those shoes? Yes. And so I would say the ads online, but the same thing as advertisement in person, whether it's billboard, magazines, newspaper, or whatever. And then your landing page, that's like your actual store. You need a clean store with floors that are swept and good customer service and all that. And so the 4th thing is not just focusing on the ads, but also focusing on testing landing pages and increasing conversion rate. So let's talk about the first secret, if you will, and that is finding the right product. So the questions that you have to answer for yourself are the following. Number 1, what do people want? What do people actually want? Now, there are a few ways to determine this. Number 1 is literally just ask yourself, look around, observe the world, observe social media, observe TikTok, observe Instagram, and say, hey, what are people looking for? What's trending? What are people into nowadays? What are categories that are popping off? Pure observation slash just an internal understanding of what the hell's going on in the world, that's one thing. Another way to figure this out is asking, literally setting up market research calls and asking people, hey, what do you want? What products are interesting to you? What products what products will actually help you? Or better yet, asking them, what are the pains you suffer? What are the things that you want in life? What are your desires, right? Because if you can figure out people's pains and their desires, you can figure out solutions, aka products for those pains and desires, right? The last thing is you can actually use different market research tools. One really cool feature is on TikTok, if you search hashtag TikTok made me buy it, well, you'll see trending products on TikTok. And what will end up happening is even if you don't choose one of those products, you can choose an analogous product, you can choose a complementary product. So I'll give an example, right? What is a complementary product to peanut butter? Jelly. So if hypothetically peanut butter is trending, well then you can start a jelly brand, or you can put out a product that's jelly, and then boom, all of a sudden you see the market will veer towards your product because they're already buying something that's complementary to it, right? One product that I did before was cat toys and marketed towards single women, because I saw that the amount of women that were opting to having a cat as opposed to getting a boyfriend was way higher. And so that was a market that was starving for cat toys. And so that worked really well. So a big part of it is just thinking. There's another tool called Exploding Topics. Exploding Topics, and really you just go to explodingtopics.com, has a database of trending products, different trends, things people are searching for. And that is definitely one way to find trending products. Another way is PP ads. This is more specifically for dropshippers, but if you want to find the ads that are doing well, using PP ads, you can see the ads that are doing well for certain products, right? Now, next, the actual unit economics, okay? This is really important. Now, for many dropshippers specifically, this metric is difficult, but since I'm more of a brand builder than a dropshipper, I would say really strive to try and hit at least 5x margins. That's my minimum baseline rule of thumb. So if I'm buying a product at wholesale for $10 per unit, I need to at least be able to sell it for $50. This gives me enough room for customer acquisition and to move really quickly and pay for different operating expenses. So if I have a small margin, say I buy for 10 and I sell for 30, well, that only leaves me $20 for customer acquisition. That only leaves me $20 to hire copywriters, to hire media buyers, to hire graphic designers, to hire all those people that are going to help me grow my business. And so when I have 5x margins, as I start to scale that brand, it gives me more room for all the other expenses associated with running a business. Now, the product that did $10K a day within 4 days of launching, within 7 days of having an idea, that had 18x margins. 18x. I was buying it for $3.30. and I was selling it for $60. Is that 18? Something like that. 17? You get it. So I was buying it for $3.30, selling it for $60. Okay? Next, ask yourself if the product is white hat or gray hat. Ask yourself if the product is white hat or gray hat. You don't want to sell black hat. Black hat means it's something that's highly illegal. Like if you were to, for example, sell a dick pill and put a picture of some guy's dick, or put a picture of a porn star. I've seen that literally on Facebook ads. Those things get banned right away, and it just makes it so hard to run. And so even though it might seem like it's easy money or quick money or short-term money, it's just such a choppy experience because you keep getting banned and you have to try and circumvent the system. Keep getting banned, you have to try and circumvent the system. It's not worth it. If you want any level of sustainability, pick something white hat. Worst case is gray hat, fine. But I prefer just run it white hat. Focus on the long term, and you'll be fine. And then this last point when it comes to finding the right product is really important for long-term sustainability and long-term scale, right? Is ask yourself this question is, can I sell this product in other distribution channels outside of paid ads? Because look, as you start to scale your brand, right, in the beginning, you may just be single channel. It may just be paid media, fine. But once you cap out, say around 10K a day or 15K a day with paid media, you want to be able to explore other distribution channels such as Amazon or wholesale. And this way you can make your brand multifactorial, make the distribution not so dependent on one channel so your business is hedged, it's protected, right? Because say your ads go down and they keep going down. Well, you need to be able to sell your product in other ways. This is where email list is important. This is where wholesale is important. This is where Amazon is important, right? So ask yourself the question, Can I sell this product in other distribution channels outside of paid ads? And if these 4 questions can be answered in a way that's favorable for a certain product, it probably is a good product to bring to market. And that's what we did, is we found the right product. So number 2 is having killer ads and the right media buying strategy. What does this mean? Well, having a top of funnel strategy that's omni-channel, right? Meaning I use Facebook top of funnel and TikTok top of funnel, and it absolutely crushes it for me. And what happens is that when you launch on Facebook and then you concurrently launch on TikTok, some of the TikTok traffic is going to see the product on Facebook, and some of the Facebook traffic is going to see the product on TikTok. And when this happens, you're creating this omni-channel effect where people are getting multiple impressions in multiple touch points, which makes them want to buy it more, right? There's some metric where they say like a person has to see a product 27 times before they purchase it. I don't know how much I believe that, but I do know that the more times a person sees your product, the more likely they are to purchase it, because it's getting embedded into their subconscious mind, right? And now if they see it in different places, it adds a level of legitimacy, right? The other thing is TikTok's a faster experience. So they can see fast experience in TikTok, right? Video, and then they go on Facebook and they see an image that has more features and benefits, for example, right? And so having a top of funnel means it's the top of the funnel, the stage of awareness where they don't know who you are, right? So these are the ads that make them aware of who you are, right? It's really important to have an omni-channel top of funnel advertising strategy where you share the value proposition, aka what your product does in solving their problem. And then you also share features and benefits. What are the actual features? What are the benefits? How does this compare to other solutions out there? Next, I cannot stress this enough. I do not know why people don't care about this that much. Make sure that you have a disciplined tech team or a really robust tech infrastructure. Make sure your CAPI, Conversions API, is set up on Facebook. Make sure your pixel is properly set up on TikTok. It's so important for your tech to be set up because imagine a bowl of water, right? Imagine a bowl of water and you dump a bunch of water into that bowl, but there's a tiny little hole. The water is going to keep leaking. This is basically what a broken tech infrastructure is. And so many people keep trying to pour more money into their ads, aka dump more water into that bowl. But if there's a hole in that bowl, it doesn't matter how much money you pour into it, the money is just going to bleed out. So make sure that your tech is set up properly so data is being sent back to the Facebook dashboard appropriately so that you can actually read your information correctly, aka get a triple whale, get an attribution software so you can actually see the right data, right? Make sure that your tech is set up properly. Number 3 is having an appropriate campaign structure. Okay, now I have an SOP on my testing as well as my scaling campaign structure. So if you're interested in this, leave a comment below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, but leave a comment below and let us know that you want that. So if you want the testing SOP, put testing SOP. If you want the scaling SOP, put scaling SOP. And if you want both, put testing SOP, scaling SOP. And I will send you both as separate documents. And of course, be sure to leave your thoughts, your comments, your concerns, and any questions that you have on this video. Next, ensure that you're creative testing like crazy. When you're doing volume of 10K plus a day, you want to be testing close to 80 ads per week. When you're doing lower volume, you could get away with testing 20 to 30 ads per week, but this is going to be a combination of videos and images. You need a creative team in 2024, or you need a creative director, or you need somebody, even if it's from Fiverr or Upwork, you need somebody helping you with creative testing. Awesome. Next, AOV maximization. The first thing is this: realize price testing. Test your prices. Don't just set the price one time and forget it, but using a really disciplined testing approach. Test your prices, meaning, hey, I'm going to sell this product for $40 on the first day and see how much it sells. And the next day, keeping all of the things equal, making sure your ad spend stays the same, test it at 45 and see which one does better. What you'll notice is as you keep bumping the price up, there's going to be a drop-off point where the price gets so high that the drop-off of consumers goes dramatically down, right? And so you want to find that threshold where that drop-off does not happen, because usually as you increase your prices, your profit's going to go up until there hits a certain price where there's a huge drop off, and then your revenue and profits go down. And then from there, you just bring your price down a little bit more, right? So for example, if you're selling for 40 and you realize people are buying it, then 45, and mostly 95% of people are still buying it, and then you increase it to 50, and you still say, okay, 93, 92% of people are buying it, right? And then you increase it to 55, and 80% of people are buying it. That's probably where the drop off is you probably want to stop at the 50, right? But let's just say you bump it up again and you go to 60, and at 60, you only have 20% of people that see it buy it. Well, boom. Now you know where the drop off is, and you probably want to price your product around 50 to 55 bucks. And so you want to constantly price test to maximize AOV, maximize profits. Number 2, to maximize AOV, aim for increasing the amount of bundles. So instead of just selling one unit at a time, you could sell buy 2, get 1 free. You could sell buy 3, get 1 free. You could sell buy 3, get 2 free. You could do buy 4, get 2 free. But whatever it is, if you have bundles of the same product, boom. Next, for AOV maximization, focus on the right upsells, right? By adding an upsell at the post-purchase, after they purchase, right? Then they have the opportunity to buy another product or more of the same thing that they just bought discounted. That's one brilliant way to increase your AOV. And last, this isn't necessarily a way to increase AOV, but this is a big tip, is maximize for MRR if the brand is one that you want to pursue in the long term. Meaning that have your bundle, right? And just so you know, this is some sauce here. This is the way I structure most of my launches is you have one unit, okay? Then you have a buy 2, get 1 free. Then you have subscribe and save, okay? And the subscribe and save is actually auto-checked. And that's the one that when people land on the page, it defaults them to, right? Because if you're getting monthly recurring revenue every month, one of the greatest feelings is waking up to $2,000 in your bank account every day, $3,000 in your bank account every day, just because you've built up the subscribers over time. I think that if you can maximize for MRR, it gives you free cash flow that you can then reinvest into growing your business. Last, but certainly not least, to go from 0 to 10K in just a few days, you got to test the shit out of your landing pages and optimize for a killer conversion rate, okay? So there are going to be 3 styles of landing pages that I want you to do. And if you want the landing page SOP, right, in the same comment or another comment, put landing page, and I will send you our SOP for creating landing pages. Literally going to send you the templates for making landing pages. This value is so fire, and I'm going to make sure you get it, and you're going to have the best landing pages, and you're going to thank me later. Okay, so we're going to have 3 styles. One is value proposition below the fold. So as you can see here, on this landing page, we have the actual headline of what the product does below the top section. In the top section, it just has the product image and it'll have some features and benefits. And the headline will go below that. The next is to have a headline above the fold. So as soon as you land on the page, as you can see here, you'll see that there's the value proposition or the headline that's above the fold, right? And then last, and this is my favorite style of lander, is the blog style. Whether it's an advertorial or it's a blog of someone who's accounted for taking your product, this works incredibly, okay? So it's really one big thing is just testing the right style of landing pages. And for different niches, different types of landing pages work. So for example, for like a supplement that requires more scientific information, an advertorial type, white paper type, blog style type, that might work better. But for jewelry, very simple, a more minimalistic landing page where it shows how the product looks, other people wearing the jewelry. Really just a landing page like that is going to be the best thing for something like jewelry. So it really depends on your niche, but test landing pages. Next, as I said, LV, maximize for bundles, really try and sell as much as you can in terms of the number of units, because if you could sell more units, then you have a killer landing page, because that landing page is going to increase profitability like crazy, okay? Next, there's tools. I'm going to give you 2 of them right here. IntelliGems. This actually helps you use AI to do price testing, so you can figure out what the best price is, how much you should charge for shipping, and really ultimately helps you test different landing pages and conduct these A/B tests in a way that's super efficient, super effective. Next is a tool called Lucky Orange. It is awesome. It's literally a camera on your website and it shows people's browsing behavior. So you can actually look through how they're browsing on your website and see where people drop off. Because when you could find where people drop off, you could find where the bottleneck is on your landing page and you could modify it and make it so much better. Last is to have a killer landing page. You need to have testimonials all over it. So once again, comment landing page below this video if you want our templates for landing page that you can literally just plug and play, as well as the SOP on how to do this plugging and playing, so you can just seamlessly make your own landing pages. So much saucier. That being said, this is the 4-step strategy that we took to go from 0 to 10K day. These are the things that we considered, and we went from 0 to 10K day within 7 days. And so this was really powerful, really effective, really exciting, and I just shared it here with you. Now, if you want us to come into your supplement company or your direct-to-consumer business in general, we will come in, we will help you, we make some landies. We got landies. You want landies? We got landies. You want media buying? We do media buying. You want manufacturing? We do supplement manufacturing. You want email and SMS marketing? We do email and SMS marketing. You want to go from 0 to 10K within 7 days? Can't guarantee you that, but if you have a good product there, or if we're able to come together and figure out the best product, which I also help with that, we have a fighting chance where we can make you a lot of money and help you build a really, really cool brand. And so that being said, schedule a call. The link to my calendar is in the description for this YouTube video. And for the record, you will not be talking to some sales rep. You will be talking directly to me, at least at the time of making this video, for the next couple months. And so with that being said, I appreciate you so much. If there's any questions, let me know. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all those good things. And with that, I am out.